Hello friends, in this video I am going to discuss the top 10 movies of Marlon Brando, who is considered one of the top actors of Hollywood. We start with number 10 and go on down to number 1, which is the topmost movie. The top 4 movies are towards the end of the movie, and they are Godfather, A Streetcar Named Desire, On the Waterfront, and Apocalypse Now. For each movie, we give the plot, the details, followed by a small clip from the movie. For each movie, we also tell you where you can watch that movie, either free or by paying a small rental fee, mostly on YouTube. In The Waterfront, Marlon Brando gave a superb performance as a gangster, and the producers realized that this guy had great talent. So they gave him roles of gangster or mafia boss. His role in Godfather is that of an aging head of the mafia family. So go ahead and enjoy this video. But do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Also write your thoughts in the comment section below so that others may benefit from your thoughts. Number 10, The Wild One of 1953. The Wild One is a 1953 American film, noir crime film, directed by László Benedek and produced by Stanley Kramer. It is most noted for the character of Johnny Strabler, that is Marlon Brando, whose persona became a cultural icon of the 1950s. The Wild One is considered to be the original outlaw biker film and the first to examine American outlaw motorcycle gang violence. Plot: Johnny, that is Marlon Brando, and his motorcycle gang roll into Carbonville for a biker competition and raise enough hell to get kicked out of town. They retreat to nearby Wrightsville and continue their reign of terror. The local sheriff, that is Robert Keith, is helpless to stop them, but when a rival gang arrives, he manages to arrest their leader, Chino, that is Lee Marvin. Meanwhile, Johnny finds himself attracted to the sheriff's daughter, Kathy, that is Mary Murphy, and decides to stick around. The film's screenplay was based on Frank Whaley's short story, The Cyclist Raid, published in the January 1951 Harper's Magazine. Rooney's story was inspired by sensationalistic media coverage of an American Motorcyclist Association motorcycle rally that got out of hand on the 4th of July weekend in 1947 in California. The overcrowding, drinking, and street stunting were given national attention in the July 21, 1947 issue of Life magazine, with a staged photograph of a wild drunken man on a motorcycle. The events conflated with the newspaper and magazine reports. Rooney's short story and the film The Wild One are part of the legend of the Hollister riot. The persona of Johnny, as portrayed by Brando, became an influential image in the 1950s. His character wears long sideburns, a perfecto-style motorcycle jacket, and a tilted cap. He rides a 1950 Triumph Thunderbird 61. His haircut helped to inspire a craze for sideburns, followed by James Dean and Elvis Presley, among others. Some butch gays began to imitate Brando by wearing black leather jackets, a black leather cap, black leather boots and jeans, and if they could afford it, by also riding motorcycles. How to watch this movie? Watch it on YouTube by paying a few dollars. Now we present a fight scene from this movie.
Hiya, sweetheart. Hey, what are you doing in this miserable gully, Johnny Malone? I love you, Johnny. I've been looking for you in every ditch from Fresno to here, hoping you was dead.
Chino's giving him the needle, and your boyfriend don't go for that.
You've been having yourself a time, huh, Johnny? You know, you do look pale. You been taking care of yourself? You've been staying out too late at night.
That's mine, Chino. Take it off. Don't do that.
That's better, Johnny. You know, I missed you. Ever since the club split up, I missed you. We all missed you. Did you miss them? Yeah. Sure. The Beatles missed you. All the Beatles missed you. Come on, Johnny. Let's you and me go inside and have a beer, and I'll be delivering Christmas out of you. Johnny, for old times. Oh, don't take that away from Chino. It's so beautiful. Chino needs it. Makes Chino feel like a big, strong man. Yeah, Chino wants to be a big racetrack hero, all these girls. Power! Look, I didn't win it, Johnny. I just gleeped it. But I gleeped it off a guy that didn't win it either. Look, Johnny, you want one? How about you go gleep one someplace for yourself, huh? Wait a minute. All right, this is the main event. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this lovely young lady over here shall hold this beautiful object, signifying absolutely nothing. Now watch closely. See how the timid maiden of the hill clutches the gold to her breast. And see how she fights back a tear while her hero bleeds to death in the street. Come on, get up, you big hero.
What are they fighting about?
Don't know. Don't know themselves, probably.
Stop this. I've seen hoodlums like this before. If you don't get chopped within the minute they get out of line, you're sunk. You are the cop, aren't you? If you can't boot these jerks out, there's plenty of us can't even have to bust a few heads.
That won't help matters.
Now, take it easy, Charlie. Take it easy. Nothing but talk. Let's see if everything's all right at home.
Number 9, The Freshman of 1990. The Freshman is a 1990 American crime comedy film written and directed by Andrew Bergman, starring Marlon Brando, Matthew Broderick, Bruno Kirby, Penelope Ann Miller, and Frank Whaley. The plot revolves around a young New York film student's entanglement in an illicit business of offering exotic and endangered animals as specialty food items, including he is being tasked with delivering a Komodo dragon for this purpose. Plot: Clark Kellogg, that is Matthew Broderick, is robbed moments after arriving in New York. So, when he sees his mugger several days later, he confronts him. The man promises to return his property and get him a job with his uncle, Carmine Sabatini, that is Marlon Brando, who turns out to be a mafia boss. As Clark continues his shady work in Carmen, he discovers an elaborate underworld that has caught the attention of the authorities. As things come to a head, not everything is what it seems. What the critics said. The film was well received, with the New York Times describing it as witty and enchanted. In his review, Roger Ebert wrote, quote, "There have been a lot of movies where stars have repeated the triumphs of their parts, but has any star ever done it more triumphantically than Marlon Brando does in The Freshman?" Bergman says, quote, "The most fun I ever had as a filmmaker was once Marlon Brando committed to play the character Jimmy the Toucan. Rewriting that, knowing Marlon was going to be saying all those lines, it was absolutely heaven. On one level, you are like, I'm going to direct this guy, but at the end of the day, you say, well, somebody has got to direct him, so what the hell, it's going to be me. And he was really a pleasure to work with. It's not like you are dealing with George Burns in terms of a comedy god. Getting Marlon to do things was sometimes like turning around an aircraft carrier because he had a way he wanted to do it. But you could get him there. He was terribly respectful and funny." On Rotten Tomatoes, the film has a 93% certified fresh with an average rating of 7.5 out of 10. How to watch it? Watch it on YouTube by paying a few dollars. Now we are going to give you a scene where Penelope Ann Miller is in leather skirt and jacket.
And who deserves our loyalty? Yeah?
Sir, I just need Clark Kellogg for a second.
Oh, you just need Clark Kellogg for a second? And why, may I ask, is it so urgent that you see Mr. Kellogg?
I'm Carmine Sabatini's daughter, Tina.
Jimmy the Toucan?
Nobody really calls him that. Clark? Just 1 second, I swear.
Up, Mr. Kellogg, up.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
No hurry, Mr. Kellogg. I'm really quite impressed.
Yes, he's quite a remarkable person.
Yes, I'm sure he is. Is there any chance I can meet him?
I'd say that's a long shot.
My father thinks that Clark is an A student.
Yes, he's a very fine young man.
An A student, that's what my father said.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
A plus.
Okay.
Have a wonderful time. Give my best to your dad.
Jimmy the Toucan. Are you out of your skull threatening Fleaver?
Hey, I was helping you.
Well, I don't need your help here, you understand?
Fine, so I won't.
Fine. Where are we going, anyway?
Somebody who will swear to be true. Somebody who will swear to be true, as you used to do with me. Somebody to do with me.
Big wave.
That's nice.
Number 8, The Score of 2001. The Score is a 2001 American crime comedy film directed by Frank Oz and starring Robert De Niro, Edward Norton, Angela Bassett, and Marlon Brando in his final film role. It was the only time that Brando and De Niro appeared on a screen together. The screenplay was based on a story by Daniel E. Taylor and Cario Salem. 3 generations of acclaimed actors team up in The Score, an intriguing crime thriller that marks the first time that legendary Oscar winners Robert De Niro and Marlon Brando have shared the screen, also starring Oscar nominee Edward Norton. The Score wowed critics and audiences alike. When expert safecracker Nick Wells, that is De Niro, decides it might be time to settle down with his girlfriend Diane, that is Oscar nominee Angela Bassett, and stick to his legitimate business, running a jazz nightclub in Montreal. His friend and partner Max, that is Brando, has other plans. Heavily in debt to a crime boss, Max needs Nick to pull one last heist. Help novice thief Jack Taylor, that is Norton, steal a scepter worth $30 million from the House of Customs. Tempted by the $6 million payday, Nick reluctantly agrees to do the job, but what starts out as a safe bet turns into a high-risk gamble when a clash of egos threatens to bring them all down. Featuring performances by jazz greats Cassandra Wilson and Mose Allison, The Score is one of the smartest, most entertaining crime capers ever filmed, with surprises at every turn. Plot: career thief Nick Wales, that is Robert De Niro, is about to mastermind a nearly impossible theft that will require his joining forces with a clever young accomplice, that is Edward Norton. The unlikely alliance arranged by Nick's longtime friend and fence, Max, that is Marlon Brando, interrupts Nick's plan to retire from crime and settle down with his fiancée, Diane, that is Angela Bassett. Worse, it requires that Nick violate his most important rule: always work alone. What the critics said. On Rotten Tomatoes, the film has an approval rating of 73% based on 128 reviews, with an average rating of 6.5 out of 10. The website's critical consensus reads, quote, "Though the movie treads familiar ground in the heist caper genre, De Niro, Norton, and Brando make the movie worth watching." Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times gave it 3.5 stars, calling it, quote, "the best pure heist movie in recent years." Peter Travers, film critic for Rolling Stone, pointed out that when the Don Corleones team up, he expected, quote, "the kind of movie that makes people say, I would pay to see this guy just read from the phone book." However, he concluded, quote, "There is nothing you can't see coming in this flick, including the surprise ending. Quick, somebody get a phone book. Where to watch it? Watch it on YouTube after paying a few dollars." Now we show you a small clip from this movie.
Yep.
Hey, did you make it?
Fuck you.
Come on, I'm just checking to make sure you got out okay. I knew you'd give him the slip. I'm almost home too here, by the way.
Oh, you are, huh? You sure about that?
Oh, look, whatever you're thinking about, whatever you're trying, just forget it, okay? This is over now, and you just got to deal with it.
It's not over yet, because you don't know where you're going, asshole, and I do know where you're going.
You don't know shit.
You know where you're going?
You don't know shit. I'm like 5 minutes from being so far gone, you're not even going to be able to imagine the places I'm going, okay?
You're going nowhere, because you got nothing.
You know what I got. You just can't deal with the fact that I beat you.
Oh, yeah? What have you got? Huh? What have you got?
You know what I've got.
Thinking you were better than me, huh? You still there, Ace?
Okay. Nicely done. Nicely done. Now let's talk about this.
Okay, let's see. How'd you put it? Deal with it? It's over?
No. I don't think so. You want me to list the ways I can burn you? We either work this out right now or I will take you down.
Oh, yeah? How? My shop, my tools, they're gone. Me, my friend, I'm just a tax-paying jazz club owner. You, every cop in the city's gonna be looking for you right about now. So if I were you, I'd quit making threats and hit the road. Nice working with you, Ace. Okay.
Number 7, The Young Lions of 1958. Plot summary. Marlon Brando plays an idealistic German whose early fascination with Nazism leads to doubt and disillusionment. American entertainer Dean Martin, on the verge of the big time, does his best to dodge the draft but ends up in uniform all the same. An American Jew, Montgomery Cliff, so sensitive that he is practically breakable, must come to grips with anti-Semitism, not only from the Germans but also from his fellow soldiers. What the critics said, quote, "The only villains are the singular brutes on both sides who make life in the armies miserable. As it happens, Mr. Brando makes the German much more vital and interesting than Montgomery Cliff and Dean Martin make the Americans," unquote, said the New York Times. Where to watch it? Watch for free on YouTube on 2 different sites. Or you can pay a few dollars and view a film on YouTube with better quality. Here is a small clip from this movie.
Well, that's marvelous. Now, tomorrow you give me lessons and I give you your money back.
Oh, I feel so good. Listen. Listen to what they're playing.
Yeah, Rostlein.
Di-da-dum, liefer schnell ist not zu sehen, mit vielen... Oh!
Go on, I'm sorry, go on. Please.
Reuslein, Rot, Reuslein auf der Heiden.
You know, as a rule, Americans speak German with a very bad accent, but your accent is really horrible.
Oh, Christian. This has been so wonderful.
Yeah?
I want to thank you. You've been more than generous with your time.
Well, that's only because I've had the very worst intentions.
Thank you. Oh, I hate to leave. I hate to say goodbye now.
Why? Why don't you say goodbye in the morning?
No, I can't. I've got to leave too early.
Naya, look, it is New Year's Eve. You go back to America, I never see you again. And please, I want you to spend the evening with me.
No.
Too bad. Do I have a rival?
Michael.
Who?
Michael.
But I think Michael would not mind if I just stole one tiny little Bavarian evening.
Are you kidding? I don't think it would even occur to Michael that anybody would ask me.
Number 6. Last Tango in Paris. While looking for an apartment, Jean, a beautiful young Parisian, encounters Paul, a mysterious American expatriate, mourning his wife's recent suicide. Instantly drawn to each other, they have a stormy, passionate affair in which they do not reveal their names to each other. Their relationship deeply affects their lives as Paul struggles with his wife's death and Jean prepares to marry her fiancé, Tom, a film director making a cinema verite documentary about her. What the critics said, quote, "When Brando improvises within Bertolucci's structure, his full art is realized. His performance is intuitive, rapt, princely. Working with Brando, Bertolucci achieves realism with the terror of actual experience still alive on the screen," unquote, said Pauline Kael, New Yorker. Where to watch it? Watch it on YouTube for a few dollars. Now we show you a clip from this movie.
Les passants, je passe mon temps à les regarder penser. Leurs pas pressés dans leur corps les ailes. L'air passé se dévoile dans les pas sans se soucier. Que suspicieuse à la vue, je perçois le jeu de pan. Leur visage comme des masques me fait l'effet répugnant. Que faire semblant, c'est dans l'air du temps. Passera, la dernière restera. Donnez-moi une suite au Ritz, je n'en veux pas. Des bijoux de chez Chanel, je n'en veux pas. Donnez-moi une limousine, j'en ferai quoi? Offrez-moi du personnel, j'en ferai quoi? Un manoir à Neuchâtel, ce n'est pas pour moi. Offrez-moi la tour Eiffel, j'en ferai quoi? Je veux de l'amour, de la joie, de la bonne humeur. Ce n'est pas votre argent qui fera mon bonheur. Moi je veux crever, la main sur le cœur. Ensemble découvrir ma liberté. Oubliez donc tous vos clichés. Bienvenue dans ma réalité. J'aime bien être seul et j'aime aussi la foule. Un peu plus de temps, un peu moins longtemps. Moi j'aime qu'on me laisse faire et pas qu'on me saoule. Un peu plus gai, un peu plus triste. Moi j'aime les histoires d'amour qui me font chialer. Un peu plus proche, un peu plus loin. J'aime qu'on pense à moi même si on se voit pas. Sans arrêt, quel est le bon chemin à prendre? Vivre et agiter. Lord.
Number 5, Julius Caesar of 1953. Academy Award winners Marlon Brando, Sir John Gielgud, and Greer Garson starred with James Mason and Deborah Kerr in this exceptional film adaptation of William Shakespeare's tragedy of honor, heroism, loyalty, and the fear of tyranny, Julius Caesar. Plot: Lewis Calhoun is Julius Caesar, whose conquests have enabled him to rise to the status of Roman dictator. But his ascent to almost godlike status has given pause to influential members of the Roman Senate. What the critics said, quote, "Over Caesar's corpse, Brando begins to mix grief, rage, cunning, and ferocity. His reading of the funeral oration is so quakingly angry, you understand why it would rouse the rabble," said Michael Sragow in New Yorker. Where to watch it? You can watch it on YouTube for a small fee. Now we give you a small clip from this movie.
Reality of motion pictures is the dramatic power and true majestic size of this epic masterpiece. Hear the words that have echoed through the ages. Friends, Roman countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him.
There is a tide in the affairs of men, which taken at the flood leads on to fortune.
His life was gentle, and the elements so mixed in him that nature might stand up and say to all the world, "This was a man."
Rome's immortal characters, portrayed by the finest talents of our day. With flawless performance, they recreate Caesar's role. The struggle for power, the clash of arms. Here, the battlefield of Philippi.
Number 4, A Streetcar Named Desire. Plot: lonely and fragile Southern belle, Blanche Dubois, that is Vivian Leigh, moves in with her sister in New Orleans. She is desperate to maintain her fraying sanity, but suffers her brutish brother-in-law's, that is Brando's, relentless badgering attempts to make her face reality, which eventually leads her to madness. It shows Marlon Brando as Stanley Kowalski, a brute who does not support sister of his wife and drives her out of his home. He ruins her chance of getting married to his co-worker by telling him about her bad past. He is a horrible man. This was Brando's first movie from which he became famous for acting as a brute. Vivian Leigh plays here the same Vivian who was lead actress in the movie Gone with the Wind. What the critics said: Brando's performance as Stanley is one of those rare screen legends that are all they are cracked to be, quote unquote, said Lloyd Rose in Washington Post. Where to watch it? Watch here on YouTube for a small fee. Here is a small clip from this movie.
Won the Pulitzer Prize, the Critics' Award, the most revealing play ever written.
New York, London, Paris, Brussels, Rome, all cheered it.
It's an even greater motion picture.
This is the star woman, Blanche Dubois, who wanted so much to stay a lady. A vivid, vibrant, exciting story, because every searching chapter was written by men. Men who taught her to trust and to hope, to love and to hate. The youth who brought remembrance of yesterday. The man who was willing to take her out of the dark alleys of New Orleans. The brute who lied and cheated, who promised everything, gave nothing.
Don't you ever talk that way to me. Disgusting, vulgar, greasy. And who do you think you are, a couple of queens or something?
Could it be you and me, Blanche?
What does it cost for seeing furs like that?
But these are tribute from an admirer of mine.
Well, he must have had a lot of admiration.
Lies! Lies inside and out! All lies!
Never inside! I never lied in my heart!
You got plenty of room to get by me now. You think I'm going to interfere with you?
Marry me, Mitch.
I don't think I want to marry you anymore. No, you're not clean enough to bring in a house with mud.
Number 3, On the Waterfront, 1954. Plot. Marlon Brando gives one of the screen's most electrifying performances as Best Actor in this 1954 Academy Award-winning Best Film as the ex-fugitive Terry Malloy, who could have been a contender but now toils for boss Johnny Friendly, that is Lee J. Cobb, on the gang-ridden waterfront. What the critics said, quote, under Elia Kazan's direction, Marlon Brando puts on a spectacular show, giving a fascinating, multifaceted performance as the uneducated Doc Walloper and former pug, who is basically a softie with a special affection for his rooftop covey of pigeons, said Variety. Where to watch it? You can watch for free here on YouTube, or you can watch for a few dollars on YouTube. Here is a short clip of Eddie and Terry getting to know one another.
Everybody loved Joey. Little kids to the old rummies. Did you know him very well?
Well, you know, he got around.
What did that man mean just now?
Oh, no, don't pay no attention to him. He's drunk, he's falling down, everything. He's just a juice head that hangs around the neighborhood. Don't pay no attention.
I'd better go now.
You don't have to be afraid of me. I'm not going to bite you. I guess they don't let you walk with fellas where you've been, huh?
You know how the sisters are.
Yeah. Are you training to be a nun?
It's just a regular college.
Where is it?
It's run by the Sisters of St. Anne.
Where is that?
It's in Terrytown.
Where's that? Where is that?
It's country.
I don't like the country. The crickets make me nervous. So how often do you get in here?
I haven't been here since last Christmas. We were going to have a Thanksgiving party.
That's nice. What do you do up there? Just, what, study?
Well, I'd be a teacher.
Teacher? That's very good, you know. I admire brains. My brother Charlie is a very brainy guy. He had a couple of years of college.
It isn't just brains, it's how you use them.
Well, I get your thought. You know, I've seen you a lot of times before. Remember parochial school on Pulaski Street? 7 or 8 years ago, you had your hair...
Braids.
Looked like a hunk of rope. You had wires on your teeth and glasses, everything. He was really a mess.
I can get home all right now, thanks.
Hey, listen, don't get sore. I'm just kidding you a little bit. I just mean to tell you that you grew up very nice.
Thanks.
You don't remember me, do you?
Remember you the first moment I saw you?
By the nose, huh? Well, some people just got faces that stick in your mind.
Remember you were in trouble all the time.
Ah, you got me. Boy, the way those sisters used to whack me, I don't know what. They thought they was going to beat an education into me, but I foxed them.
Maybe they just didn't know how to handle you.
How would you have done it?
With a little more patience and kindness. That's what makes people mean and difficult. People don't care enough about them.
Number 2, Apocalypse Now of 1979. Number 2, Apocalypse Now, 1979. This is Francis Ford Coppola's stunning vision of the heart of darkness in all of us. Nominated for 8 Academy Awards, this classic and compelling Vietnam War epic stars Martin Sheen as Army Captain Willard, a troubled man sent on a dangerous and mesmerizing odyssey into Cambodia to assassinate a renegade American colonel named Kurtz, that is Marlon Brando, who has succumbed to the horrors of war and barricaded himself in a remote post. Apocalypse Now, 1979. What the critics said, quote, a film of pure sensation, dazzling audiences with light and noise, laying bare the stark horror and unimaginable thrill of combat, said Tom Huddleston of Time Out. Where to watch it? Watch for a few dollars on YouTube. Now we present a scene from this movie.
This is the end, beautiful friend.
I'd been a soldier since I was 19, and I still haven't learned how to wait for it. I wanted a mission for my sins. They gave me one. Nobody'd ever gone on a mission like it before. And when it was over, I'd never want another one.
Your mission is to proceed up the Nung River in a Navy patrol boat. Pick up Colonel Kurtz's path at New Mung Ba. When you find the colonel, infiltrate his team by whatever means available and terminate the colonel's command.
Terminate with extreme prejudice.
My orders say I'm not supposed to know where I'm taking this boat, so I don't. But one look at you and I know it's gonna be hot.
Pick your boat up and put it down like a baby right where you want it. This is the first of the night. Air Cav, son. We're coming low out of the rising sun, and about a mile out we'll put on the music. It scares the hell out of the Stokes. My boys love it. Napalm in the morning. Smells like victory. Man, this is better than Disneyland. Short, and we gotta go up there so you can kill one of our own guys. You bad, I think you bad, huh? They're all dead, stupid.
Who's the commanding officer here?
I hear you. Ain't you?
He was close. He was real close. I couldn't see him, but I could feel him.
These are all his children, man, as far as you can see.
They think you've come to take him away, and I hope that isn't true.
Could we talk to Colonel Kurtz?
You don't talk to the colonel. Well, you listen to him.
Are you an assassin? I'm a soldier. You're an errand boy, sent by grocery clerks to collect the bill.
Number 1, The Godfather. widely regarded as one of the greatest films of all time. This mob drama, based on Mario Puzo's novel of the same name, focuses on the powerful Italian-American crime family of Don Vito Corleone, that is Marlon Brando. When the Don's youngest son, Michael, that is Al Pacino, reluctantly joins the mafia, he becomes involved in the inevitable cycle of violence and betrayal. Although Michael tries to maintain a normal relationship with his wife, Kay, that is Diane Keaton, he is drawn deeper into the family business. Even though this movie deals with crime, it is mainly about family relationships. Plot. Director Francis Ford Coppola's epic features Marlon Brando in his Oscar-winning role as the patriarch of the Corleone family. Director Coppola paints a chilling portrait of the Sicilian clan's rise and near fall from power in America, masterfully balancing the story between the Corleone's family life and the ugly crime business in which they are engaged. What the critics said: Brando's triumph and fascination is less that of an actor of parts than of a starred galaxy of myths, said Andrew Sadis in Village Voice. Marlon Brando rejected his Oscar for this movie for political reasons. He used the award ceremony to publicize his political views. Where to watch? On YouTube or Amazon Prime after paying a few dollars. Next, we show you one of the best scenes from The Godfather.
That I cannot do. I'll give you anything you ask. We've known each other many years, but this is the first time you ever came to the council for help. I can't remember the last time that you invited me to your house for a cup of coffee. Even though my wife is godmother to your only child. But let's be frank, you never wanted my friendship. And you were afraid to be in my debt.
I didn't want to get into trouble.
I understand. You found paradise in America. Had a good trade, made a good living, police protected you, and there were courts of law. And you didn't need a friend like me. But now you come to me and you say, Don Corleone, and give me justice. But you don't ask for respect. You don't offer friendship. You don't even think to call me Godfather. Instead, you come into my house on the day my daughter's to be married and you ask me for the murder. Money.
I ask you for justice.
That is not justice. Your daughter is still alive.
Let her suffer then. She suffers. How much shall I pay?
Buonasera. Buonasera. What have I ever done to make you treat me so disrespectfully? If you'd come to me in friendship, then the scum that ruined your daughter would be suffering this very day. And if by chance an honest man like yourself should make enemies, then he would become my enemies. And then they would fear you.
Be my friend? Godfather?
Someday, and that day may never come, I'll call upon you to do a service. But until that day, accept this justice as a gift on my daughter's wedding day.
Grazie. Yes, right.
Later.
Hello. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so by clicking on the subscribe button below. You should also share this video with your friends by clicking on the share button below. You can share it via WhatsApp, via Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or via email. Please also write your thoughts in the comment section below so that others may benefit from your thoughts. You can also click on the bell icon so that you will be informed when I post new videos. Thank you.